Hello boys and beauties, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Markela Tarrance, and for those of you who do know me, welcome back. So today I will be showing you all the updated version of how I do my quick weave blunt cut bang bob. So as you all see, I just took my hair out of two braids. I just had my hair in two braids because I did a silk press in my hair, but I worked out, so my roots are extra thick. You probably can't tell, so I was like, let me just go ahead and do a quick weave. So anytime you do a quick weave, you can either put your hair in a ponytail or you can put your hair in smaller braids. So for me, what I'm going to do is braid my hair into 4 braids. So it's not like a particular size. You do kind of want to make sure they are nice and flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and braid my hair. So go ahead and continue to watch. Braided down, I just put a rubber band around the braids and a bobby pin. So now that I have that finished, I will be using a black cap. This is a weaving cap. It's not that thick cap that you use if you were like wearing a wig or making a wig. This is just what I particularly use anytime I'm doing a quick weave. It's nice and thin, and I always make sure I pull it down, the band down a little bit. That way it's easier for me to apply my argan oil weave protector. It pretty much helps to protect your hair from the glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a generous amount on my hair. You want to be extra careful with this. It's not super sticky or anything, but it will dry up, and when it does dry up, it gets hard. So I am going to apply this throughout my hair. I did do 2 coats. I will be blow drying my hair in between each coat just to make sure that it is nice and dry, because you don't want this to be wet when you are gluing your tracks onto the cap. My hair is completely dry. Today the hair I'll be using is the Outre purple pack hair. This hair is about $12 at my local beauty supply store, so I only spent about $24. So yeah. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just measure the track to my hair. I always feel as though this is important. You don't necessarily have to do that. If you are pro with it, I would just say go for it. But for those of you who are not, I would definitely say go ahead and measure your hair. So now that I went ahead and measured that, I'm going to use my 30-second Super Hair Bond hair glue, and I am going to go ahead and apply that to the tracks. So this glue dries extra fast, so you want to make sure that you do apply the glue in a timely manner so that it won't dry on you, or else you'll have to keep putting layers and layers of glue on the track. So this part is kind of self-explanatory. I did go ahead and speed it up. So just make sure that you all continue to watch, and make sure you leave comments below letting me know what you probably would have did different. Alrighty guys, so this is what my hair looks like. We are just about finished. In my last video, I did not show my subscribers how I actually made the closure piece, so I wanted to make sure that I broke that down in this video. So what I'm going to do is I took a nice amount of the track. You don't want to make it too long, but you do want to make it a reasonable amount because eventually we are going to have to roll this. So the first thing that I want to do is just check to see if there's like any discoloring of strings. Once I do that, I take them out, of course, as you all just seen. And now what I'm going to do is split the track in half. So it's really important when you make the closures that it is nice and flat. So the best way to do that is thinning out the track. So you guys can use scissors or you can use razors. I personally feel like a razor would have definitely been easier, but the scissors would just have to do because I couldn't find a razor. So as you all see, I am gently splitting the track. You want to be extra careful because I've cut myself numerous times. So if you are doing this, it's probably easier if you have one person hold one side and you hold the other side and split it. But if you feel as though you can go ahead and split it by yourself, by all means, I would definitely say go for it. So right now here, what I'm doing is just splitting the hair down the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and speed that up because that was like a really kind of a long process because I was doing it by myself. to go ahead and split the track all the way down to the end. This is what your track should be looking like. It's nothing that's really different. It's just that it's a thinner piece of the hair. So now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and apply the hair glue onto the track as well. And you want to make sure, like I said, you want to kind of move expeditiously, because if not, the glue will dry and you will have to continuously put layers and layers of hair. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up because it did take me a little second to do that. So now that we are finished with that, this is what it looks like. So now it does not matter which end you do. You want to begin rolling the hair in a circular motion, of course. So you want to make sure when you're rolling it, you want to hold it tight and, you know, continuously roll. So you kind of want to pull. Don't worry about the glue getting on your hands, of course, because you can definitely wash your hands. And of course, you can just wipe it off and it'll just come right off. But I did want to go ahead and speed this process up and also show you all what it looks like. So you kind of have to just trust the process here. I know it's like, what the heck are we about to do? But everything will all come together in the end. So this is what it looks like. So let's just go ahead and continue to watch. So now that the piece has been blow dried, this is what it looks like. And so now what we're going to do is try to find a center. So usually when you are finding a center, you want to make sure that the hair is evenly spread all around, because you have to think this is going to cover the top of the hair. So you want to make sure when doing so, you want to also see if there are any other discoloration of strings. Anytime that you are dealing with packed hair, for some odd reason they have like different color strings, and I've never understood that. So you want to make sure when you do discover the strings, you want to cut them out. You can either pull them or you can cut them out, but I would try to cut down as close as you can to exactly where it is. That way you won't have to worry about this showing, because as I stated, this is going to be the top of your head. So once you cut that out, I believe that was like the last piece that I've seen that was like obvious. So once you do that, you want to find the middle. So now that I found the middle, I'm going to take my flat irons. I put them on the highest level. That way it can pretty much melt the closure piece. Now some stores already have the closures made like this, but if you want to go ahead and make it just because you want the hair to, of course, blend, and you want it to all look the same, you want it to make sense, you want it to all look even, I would recommend doing this. So you just want to keep flat ironing this part until it is nice and flat. But as you all see, this is essentially what the top closure piece looks like. It's not our, normal lace closure, our, frontal or anything like that. This is, I'm taking y'all back to the old school, okay? Since we are about to rock the BAYANG, okay? So now that we have successfully made our top piece closure, now I'm just going to cut small pieces and just apply them for my bang. I usually do not like to put a whole lot of tracks at the top of my hair because I want my bang to look as natural as possible. So I always make sure that I kind of shape like my end pieces in like a U. That way I can just cut them into small pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed up the process, and I'm going to just blow dry the tracks and everything, and then you all will be able to see how exactly I glued our closure piece on the top of my head. Now we are about to apply the closure piece. You want to put a generous amount on the closure piece, and you just want to place it directly in the middle. So you all see it's like a small opening. I made it just big enough so that the piece can fit right in the middle. So now all I'm going to do, guys, is just keep pressing down and blow drying this. You want to definitely make sure you take your time and you blow dry this so that it is completely dry. Usually, I mean, with this glue, it does dry pretty fast, but you do want to be careful when you are putting heat directly at the top of your head as well. So this is pretty much it. So we are just about finished with installing the QUICKWEAVE. It wasn't really too much to it, and I also wanted to show you all up close and personal how the closure actually looked. So this is what it looks like now that it is laid. It is nice and flat. You cannot see anything, and like you really can't tell. This is one thing that I really like about the entire thing, like the QUICKWEAVE. It's just laid. So now that we completed that, I am just going to go in and I'm just going to start cutting my bang. So I usually, anytime when I do my bangs, I usually try to align them with the end of my eyebrow, because essentially that is where I would like my bangs to pretty much lay, and I just feel as though it's just a good guide. So whenever you're cutting your bang, make sure you cut your bang, you know, like below your nose, right above your top lip. And then if you want to do like the straight across bang, you're more than welcome to do that. But I like the fringe look because I like to have realistic looking bangs. So I'm just going to cut my hair and I'm just going to do the fringe bangs just to thinning it out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up for y'all so you all can see how exactly I cut the rest of my bang. About finished with the bangs, I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and I'm just going to cut my hair in the blunt cut bob. So it's not really much to it. I'm going to just cut it straight across. Now if you want to just make it easier for you as well, you could like wet the ends of your hair and then just cut it so that you know it's like super straight, super blunt cut. But if you feel confident enough to just cut with the scissors like I'm doing here, I would just say go for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up and let you all see how I cut the remainder of the bob. almost there. As you see, everything is coming together. So now that I have cut my hair into the bob of my liking, I am just going to go ahead and take my flat irons, which you all see I'm going to flat iron this piece a few times because my flat iron were on the lowest level. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and flat iron my hair so you all can just continue to watch. Flat ironing, I am just going to take my hair and I'm just going to place it back. That way I can cut the band part. I did want to show you all that I do cut my band. I didn't cut the entire band because I did glue some of the tracks onto the band by accident. So I just cut like the top part because I wanted my bangs to look natural and I wanted them to fall naturally, and I did not want, you know, that black piece to be showing. So if you do cut your band and you want to cut the entire band, that's fine. I would recommend that, but if not, just cut the top. But essentially, this is what my hair looks like. I really hope you all enjoy this. If you guys have not already seen my last video on how I did the blunt cut bang bob, I would definitely recommend you all do that and let me know what you all think. I hope to see you all next time. Bye.